Whoa! Don't do any more. I think that might have something to do with why it's not working. Oh! It works! Mr. Lay and Play is the king man.
Except for you just put it down on the jack and it's just got a massive scar on the side of the wing.
No. Oh! This is so cool!
Welcome to Hard Up Garage.
So guys, on this episode of Make or Break, the Snoop DeVille, thanks to the legends at Lay and Play, we're hopefully going to work out what's going on with the hydraulic suspension. It's not something I'm used to, but apparently it's all nuts and bolts. So let's get to it. So first things first, we need to get the bonnet open, and at least we picked a really nice dry day to be playing outside. So, ow. First of all, we're gonna take off this hydraulic pipe here, but slowly, because that is gonna leak oil, and then we're gonna work out how it's mounted. So Dave, if you come in here a sec and have a look down here, it looks like it just goes straight through the top of that shock arm onto the top of that spring. So what I'm gonna do is undo this end here, so that'll be nice and free. We're gonna jack it right up in the air, and then I'm going to unbolt it and get that ram out. Hopefully that ram, the guys at Lay and Play said there should be 3 O-rings in that ram, and one of them, or maybe all 3 of them, are knackered, and that's the reason that's having a wee. So let me grab a jack. I've gone under the chassis there. This isn't like an early classic Cadillac where the chassis body you can lift off and leave the chassis there. It's actually part of it. There we go. So we're going to get that lifted just up. So we're going to take the weight off that wheel. There we go, so that's the wheel up in the air. Okay, so before we get into the amazing Snoop DeVille video, I want to go over my amazing sponsor for this video. They are called Car Vertical. And if you love American cars, or any car actually, and you have a car in your driveway, you may want to do a background check. My American Snoop DeVille was actually born and bred and made in America and then shipped all the way to the United Kingdom before it became the Snoop DeVille back in 2007. But there are other American cars here living in the United Kingdom that have a hidden past. Like, for instance, this car here. So this car here is a Ford LTD, originally made in the United States but brought over to the United Kingdom. All I have to do is put the registration number in, and the Car Vertical database will check over 5,000 different resources from all around the world. Where I'm using the app or the online service, only takes a couple of minutes to get you a report just like this. But being in the UK, you'd assume by doing a standard background check by other companies, they would check the history of that car in the United Kingdom. But by using Car Vertical, as you can see, I can check the history of this vehicle all around the world. It has brought up quite an interesting history. Not only has this car been written off in America and taken to a junkyard, it was then shipped to the UK, where it was later stolen, wrecked, and then written off again. So this car has not only had 1 accident, but 2. And without this Car Vertical check, I wouldn't have been able to find out any of these details whatsoever, which is a bit crazy if you're asking me. That car on the driveway, I suggest you go out there right now and do yourself a Car Vertical check. Using the code HARDUP, you get an exclusive 20% offer for this one-time only deal. Guys, put the code HARDUP in, use the link below, go to the Car Vertical website, go online like I did today, or go on your phone and use the app. You will not be disappointed. They're absolutely amazing. I check all of my normal cars and my car sales cars with Car Vertical. Let's get back to the Snoop DeVille. And then, on the bottom of our shock, on the bottom of that shock in there, you will see there is a nut right in there. And that is the nut that holds that ram to there. My concern is that that nut may have to come out the bottom. And that ram might go through the bottom as opposed to be pulled out the top. So the only choice I've got to do is get in there with a spanner and undo that nut and see if we can pull it out the top. So it's either going to go really well or not so much. Right. Oh wow, okay, that's cool. So that is loose. So if you look up the top, Dave, See that moving?
Yeah.
Perfect. So we jack it up a little bit more. I reckon we might have to hold the top of the ram with another spanner. So this is now loose. So that's proper loose. Try and lift that ram up, Dave. That's it. All right, spring out, ram up. There we go. Right, now what we're going to do is use our spanners. If you hold that, that's it, Dave. To crack off that. So 19 on there. Be careful, Dave, because this is hydraulic pressure, and although we know it's no oil in it, there could still be a bit of pressure. I'm just going to give it a little crack. Some on your eyes. Okay, no pressure at all. That's fantastic, because we know there's a leak, so we had a high chance of there not being any pressure. Realistically, I should have been wearing goggles, to be absolutely frank. So there we go. There you go. Right, I won't put the spanners on top of the battery because someone will have a go at me. Okay, there is our ram down, but can we pull her out? Oh, there we go. Easy. That was easy. Look at that, you can see the O-ring in the bottom that's bulging out. So hopefully, take that off there. We can undo him, put this in the vise, undo him off, and then we should be able to move this plate off, and then we should be able to take our base off. Let's go play in the Wiggly Farm. Okay, so here's our ram. So I've now got to learn how this comes apart, and I'm pretty sure that is threaded. You can see a thread in there, Dave, see that? And that is a normal thread. So what we can do, we're going to take a pair of grips, and I'm just going to turn that anti-clockwise. Oh! There we have it. That is loose. If you show people out the window, that's my new toy. No, I don't know what it is. Okay. There's no pressure in here, guys, because obviously that's open to atmospheric pressure, which means there's no pressure inside this ram. It does look like it's been off a few times because quite a few scratches here and there. Okay. I mean, to be fair, that wasn't very tight. That could be half of our battle. Okay. Okay, so we're just gonna, I'm turning the ram there, guys, to try and help it come out. It seems to be, oh, there we go. So got the ram out. She's having a wee, sorry, Wiggly.
You're getting hydraulic oil all in my sand that I used to clean in my hand.
That's very wet. Right, there you go, it's down there. Oh. Well.
That'll be a nick and an O-ring somewhere.
So guys, what you can see here, those little plastic horseshoe looking things are a little bit like piston rings. What they do is they shim the actual rubber O-ring nice and tightly in that gap so it can't move up and down. Also, it allows the oil not to be passed by either sill. But as you can see here, the plastic has worn away slightly on one edge, and it's also split one of the O-rings. Next part is trying to find some O-rings that are going to fit. But this is a positive. I can assure you guys, a positive.
So that ram is completely taken apart and we know what is wrong with it. I'm going to send that to the legend at Lay and Play, see what he's got. But Josh had a really good idea. We could run that up HP Hydraulics and they might have those clips in stock. My only concern is the actual O-rings are actually not too bad. That one's got, the plastic's got a split in it. And it's split, so that is split both sides, you see, it's two pieces. I think those plastic things are supposed to come slightly apart and have a crack in them, so slide in, but the O-ring is okay, but it's the plastic.
What's happened is, you might not be able to see it on the camera, but the plastic shrouding has become deformed, and you see it's forced its way over that metal lip.
There you go.
I reckon that's probably our problem.
Okay.
You can see that it's burned itself over.
Yep. What we're going to do now is go back outside. We're going to put a block in the front suspension so it doesn't collapse, drop the front back down, then we're going to lift the back up. The back is definitely got hydraulic pressure in it, so we're going to have to release them very lightly, and we're going to remove one of the rams first and just get our pal from Lay and Play on the phone and ask him what we're looking for on that ram to make sure those rear rams are okay. So one apart, one to go. So if you go in the car, Dave, have a look. You can see the top of the rams in there. But what we're going to do, we're not going to undo the tops first. If you look in there, you can see the top of the ram very similar to the back, behind the back seat there. See it? Perfect. So what we'll do, we'll jack the back up, and then we're going to remove this ram exactly like we did on the front, and then go from there. We're going to take the full weight off that back wheel. For all you people at home screaming, I have been using axle stands. Just didn't think you'd care about watching it. So we're going to lay under here. Dave, you can pass that camera. So under here you've got exactly the same setup. Let me get my torch on for you. So same setup, ram going through the vehicle with that base plate, and then the shock lands on there. So now, Dave, I don't know how we're going to do this without making a mess, to be honest. I'm thinking I'll lift this one out of place, yeah? Drop it down, and then we'll try and crack it up from under here so it leaks down here. Cool. Right, if I can have your help, Dave. Don't know how we're going to do this. Okay. There we go. There's the coil spring out of the way. And, right, Dave. We need to... it's stuck up. Hang on. There we go, right. Oh wow, we've got lots and lots of electrical tape on there. So I'm gonna need the 18 and 19mm spanner. That is a little bit concerning because I've got no fluid coming out of there. Which is a good thing and a bad thing. So that's our ram out. Dave, I want you to get in the car, take this. I want you to feed that hydraulic line that I've just disconnected. Oh my God, look at my arm. I am covered in hydraulic oil. So the ram that I just disconnected, I need you to pass that cable, that pipe through to me. Is it this one? Okay, so I don't understand why, but we've got electrical tape everywhere. And electrical tape is not any man... Well, what we need to do now, which is something that the man from Lay and Play said, is connect back up the pumps and operate the rear suspension. If you get a jet of oil out of that ram, that means that this ram is okay. This the pump, the feed is okay in the ram. So if we get no feed, we know we're stuffed. So, right, Dave, you hold that, like that. Yeah. And then my friend Josh Wigley is going to go and operate the power button. He said, press it. He said, press it once. He said, don't go crazy.
I've got to try and remember which one's for now.
Nope. Yeah, well. What was that?
Evidently that was a front.
That was front down.
Front down.
Whoa!
That's that one.
So, hang on. Whoa.
That's clear oil.
Okay, enough. Don't do any more. That means our pump's working.
That means our pump.
Perfect. So, now we've got to phone Mr. Lay and Play. Wow. Well, I think that's going to be hilarious to watch back. Right, okay.
Watch the whole car go bah, bah.
Let's phone Mr. Lay and Play. Okay, let's make the call. Right.
Could be a worse.
Hello, mate, it's Sam. You all right?
How's it going, mate? Okay.
Right, we got some news. So, I've disconnected the pipe from the rear ram and removed the right-hand rear ram. I've operated the pump and I got a 30-foot spray of hydraulic oil.
Right, okay, that's good news.
So that means that the pump's working, so that's good. Right, next thing is, when I get hold of the ram, if I can hold that a sec, Dave. You hold the phone and hold the mic on it, so he can hear you. Right, the ram itself looks very... Oh, just shot myself in the arm. So it moves very freely up and down, like quite easy. If I put my thumb over the top of it, yeah, I can move the ram nearly 3/4 of the way up and then let go, and it's pressurising.
Yeah, okay. Well, That doesn't make any sense because you'd think that even if the other ram was seized up, it'd still lift one side, wouldn't it?
Yeah. So basically, when I'm pushing, I can push all the ram all the way in, and it holds pressure on my thumb, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if just because the pump's blowing fluid out doesn't mean that it's creating pressure, if you see what I mean.
Yeah, I mean it was like 30 foot of pressure, like it proper fired out, you know.
It might be worth just because it'll make things more obvious. Just swapping the pumps if you can, if it's not too complicated.
Okay, so put the rear ram back in the car, then swap the pumps over so that I'm now going to operate the rear, correct?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I don't know whether the hoses will reach, and you can just swap the hoses from one side to the other. So, if you see what I mean.
Yeah, and then yeah. I mean, to be honest with you, mate, there's quite a lot of play in this ram. So I'm grabbing hold of the ram.
If there's play in it, it should go up. You should be able to hit the switch, and it should go up. It doesn't make any sense that it's not. I would suggest that if it is operating and fluid is going out the hose,
Throw it back in and disconnect up the other pump.
It's more than likely that something's wrong with it internally, and although it's blowing fluid out, once it's under load, under pressure,
yeah,
that fluid could be recirculating back to the tank. Another way to check is when you hit the switch to open the after you've hit the switch a couple of times, open the tank and have a look inside it and see if it's all foamy in there. If it's foamy in there, it means that it's recirculating the fluid back into the tank.
Okay.
Just worry, the sound that it's making on that video makes me think that the pump is struggling.
Okay.
But if it's when you hit the switch without the ram on, with the hose off,
the pump sounds lovely. It sounded lovely, yeah.
But then,
so what I'm going to do, I'm going to put this ram back in, all right?
The back end wasn't strapped down, was it? It was only strapped by its wheels.
By its wheels, yeah. So the body was free to move. Yeah.
I'm just wondering, if the front and wheels were both strapped at the same time, when it's lifting up, it might need to be able to pull the wheels. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah. What I'll do then, mate, I'm going to throw this ram back in, put some more oil back in it because I know the pump's working, and I'm going to try it one more time by operating the same switch because I know the hydraulic pressure's getting to it now, so it's worth a go. Yeah. All right, mate, I'll give that a go.
Did you try the switch when it wasn't on the ramp? When it was strapped on the ramp?
No.
Right, okay. Just out of interest, it could just be. I think I read something in the comments saying that if the wheel's strapped down and you hit the switch,
your vehicle's got. Yeah. All right. Let me have a quick go, and I'll call you back.
Yeah. Okay, mate. No worries.
Thanks, mate. Bye.
Cheers, bye.
So we know the ram operates because it moves up and down. It does hold our pressure. It's only by a finger that holds some pressure. Start the rain. I'm going to throw the ram back in, and then we're going to hit it. Right, Dave. Do you want to get back in? I'm going to pass that pipe back through to you. Got it?
Got it.
Okay.
I'll feed it down to you.
Ugh.
Does it need to go down through that hole, yeah?
Yeah. I'm going to leave the hydraulic, the car up in the air. Just take the weight off the ram.
Just try and take the slack.
Okay. He said what we can do now is swap our pipes over from the fronts to the rears, yeah? And then we know the fronts go up and down, yeah?
One off.
Huh?
At least one off, yeah.
No, we do, because of the fluid goes to both. So now if we whip these two pipes off, transfer them to this pump, yeah? That will tell us if they're working or not. So as you can see here, this took over 2.5 hours to swap these pipes over, so I thought you would prefer to listen to a little bit of music and me to speed it up. So once it's done, we are back to it. So massive thanks to the guys at Lay and Play. Guys, we have taken instruction from a specialist because a lot of you people at home are going, what the hell are you idiots doing? And you are right, I'm an idiot. And what am I doing? But right, okay, you know what wants to operate this time, don't you? Because otherwise it's going to fill the car full of oil. Oh my God. If this goes wrong, blaming the wiggle. So, just a bit of a chat about our guys from Lay and Play. Lay and Play are the UK distributor for a lot of car parts in relation to hydraulics. They get parts from all around the world from some of the best companies, Reds and all these other chaps out there. Guys, the link is in the bio below. This is his Instagram on the screen right now. Absolute legends, and they have been so helpful. A massive thanks to Lay and Play.
So a huge thanks to those guys. But now we're going back to the car and we're putting the hydraulic oil in. We do understand we're going to need thicker oil, but this is just to test it, and we had it in hand. Okay, so that's that topped up. I'm going to take that jack out now. Oh, that's on the floor. Okay. Okay, so with a load of playing, we've managed to get the vehicle to go up by itself on all 4 hydraulic rams because we've replaced the seals that were knackered. And now we've got to work out why it doesn't go back down. And basically this pack here was absolutely sodden and dripping with water. So what I'm thinking is maybe some of the connections inside this lovely pack here are rotten. So I'm going to whip these off. Oh, even the screws are rotten. And see if we can find out if any of the cables in here have come apart, because the switches are going one way but not the other. There we go. Right, I think that might have something to do with why it's not working. It is absolutely caked with crap. We need to work out, the wires all look really good. They look like they're made out of copper because obviously they're not rotten. But we've got front, back, back. But we've got no down. So we know that these lift up our vehicle, but they don't drop it down. So let's phone our friend at Lay and Play.
Hello.
Hello mate, how are you? So,
How's it going? You all good?
I'm good. I've got it going up in the air on all 4 corners, hydraulic.
Lovely.
So that obviously, we got both the pumps working. But
Yep.
it goes up, but it doesn't go down.
Right, okay. Right, okay. The front, neither the front or the rear goes down.
Nothing goes down. And
Right, so let me just have a look at, because I've got one of them pumps in the workshop.
so I've just taken the switch pack out, yeah?
Yeah.
Because I was hoping the switch pack would sort of show me what I'm doing, but as I'm clicking all of those switches down, I'm not getting any operation from any of the switches. And I mean, I can hear no solenoids going or anything at all.
Right, okay. So to make it go down, you've got on those pumps, you've got those. See those red bits on the top of the pump.
So here, let me go and have a look.
So each of those dumps has got 2 wires on it. One should just be an earth wire, so just straight to the body.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
Straight to the rack somewhere, or to the pump itself. And the other one is what's energised via a 24-volt connection.
24, but they say
24.
but they say 12 volts on top of these.
Yeah, but because of the pressure in the system, it won't operate at 12 volt. They need more power to overcome the pressure in the hydraulic system. They have to be 24 volt.
Right.
So make sure that your switch live is going to the 24 volt terminal first.
So what? Okay. So yeah, so I've got a little white wire here going halfway through the batteries. So I take it that is it's very, very small.
Yeah, that's the switch live. The switch live is like a thin switch wire.
Yeah, I've got that. That's connected to the middle.
It'll go to one of the positive terminals on the batteries.
Yeah, there's definitely that there. I'm looking at that now.
That might be them working. Is there a slowdown valve anywhere on the line? I don't understand why. Because on normal systems you have 3 valves. You have your dump valve, a check valve, and a slowdown valve.
So slowdown valve, is that the side on the side of the pump? It's got like a T thing on the side.
Yeah, is there something that you can, like a tap?
Yeah, so
Like you can screw it in and out?
yeah, on the side of the pump.
Yeah, is that screwed all the way in? Because if that's screwed all the way in, the fluid can't get back in.
Yeah,
It adjusts the flow rate back to the pump.
Yeah,
So if it's all the way in, it's closed and no fluid can get back. If it's all the way out, it's fully open, and when you hit the dump switch, the fucking car will hit the ground faster.
Yeah, that was all the way in.
Oh right, well open it a little bit, don't open it loads, open it a little bit, and then hit the switch again, and it should work.
Yeah, both of them are solid.
Yes, what they've done is to stop it from dropping. It's got like an internal leak somewhere, like it's creeping a little bit. If you screw them all the way in, it stops the car from.
Oh! It
fucking works! Fucking legend.
That's all right, mate. Just make sure you give me a comment in the fucking video, eh?
Oh, you're on the now and you're on the fucking camera, but Mr. Lay and Play is the fucking man. So there we have it. We got up, but have we got down? So I'm gonna put the switch back together because it is. I don't want to lose the screws, basically.
Yay! Except for you just put it down on the jack and it's just put a massive scar out the side of the wing.
No. So,
I'm sorry.
that's front.
Go on. Go on. Yes! Right, so next stop.
Oh! Fuck, this is so cool!
Next stop, that back down to the bakery. Coming to a petrol hedonism underground near you.
So guys, thanks for watching another episode of Make or Break, and a huge thanks to the legends at Lay and Play for all your lowrider needs here in the UK. But on the next episode, we're heading over to the guys at Impulse, where they're going to rip out the stereo system, put a brand new one in, new speakers, new amplifiers, and get this bad boy sounding as good as it hops and as good as it's going to look in the future. Check out those subs in the background. See you soon. Thanks for watching, guys, but now what you got to do is hit that subscribe button, followed by the bell icon. What the bell icon allows you to do is let you know when we release new videos every single week, including this crazy video with Snoop Dogg's Cadillac Coupe de Ville. We're also available on amazing platforms like Facebook, YouTube Shorts, Instagram, and even TikTok. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week. Keep being amazing.
Sounded like a real anthem. Shawty saw my wallet, now she think a new ransom. Whoa, telling me she wanted me to hammer. Trying to get saved, baby, I am not the answer. No.